Hello and welcome to Quick News TV. I'm Zach Rance, and I'm here with our activities director at Nixa High School, Brandon Clark, and it's time for our October athletic and activities update. So, Brandon, thank you for joining us here today, and we're really excited just to kind of touch base on what's been going on. It's kind of crazy this time of year with everything going on. So what are some of the highlights?
For our boys soccer team, just kind of kick off with them. They're off to a 16-4 season.
Wow.
It's been really good. They went to the Gateway Soccer Tournament in St. Louis this last weekend and had the best showing they've ever had. Actually won 2 out of 3 games up there, and they, if I'm remembering right, have never won a game in that tournament before, and they won 2. And so it's they're happy coming home, excited to host districts here in a couple of weeks, and so I think that momentum's going to carry us forward.
Let's talk about maybe girls tennis next. How are they doing?
They're doing good. We have Hannah Todd and Hannah Nelson that have qualified for sectional tennis.
Okay.
They came out of districts. They beat everybody there, and they're going to be qualifying hopefully for state here in the next few days, and that's going to be good for them. I think we'll have a pair of doubles at state tennis.
That's great. That's great.
Also looking at volleyball. Volleyball's been off to a good start. They've had a lot of really good wins. They came in second in the Springfield Invitational. They had a first place in the Branson tournament, and they just had a great showing. They also are ranked 8th in the state right now, and so we're hoping to be able to take that momentum and carry that into districts also.
Great. And I know that the Dig for Your Cure, is that coming up soon?
Yes, that's coming up. We've got that against Branson, and that's going to be at Branson this year. So if you want to order your pink T-shirts, you can get those ordered through Coach Zimmerman or one of her assistants.
And if they need to, they can just call up to the office at 724-3507, and we'll get all the information for that.
That's correct. That's correct. I want to talk about girls golf. We had 3 young ladies that qualified for sectional golf.
Okay.
They came out of districts, and that was Beth McDonald and J.D. Akers and Malia Ridenauer. Talking about cross country, our cross country teams have just been phenomenal. Both boys and girls have placed first and second in several invitationals so far this year. At our own event, our boys cross country team actually placed first at the Nixa Invitational, and then Marcus Johnson placed first in his heat.
Okay.
And so he's running really well right now, and we're proud of him and in those teams, and hopefully we'll have some state qualifiers there also. And softball, talking about them, they actually start here really soon with districts. We will be hosting those. It'll be Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and we are looking at second seed in that district right now, and we're playing really well.
Yeah.
We finished first in the Springfield Invitational softball tournament, and that was a phenomenal tournament. Just want to quickly highlight, I know sometimes our activities get a little overshadowed by all the sports going on, but I want to talk about our band real fast. Our band is in the midst of their marching season right now, and they have a phenomenal program. If you haven't come out and seen it yet, it's worth seeing. If you love superheroes and villains, it's worth coming out and seeing. The music is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Pat Jacobs wrote the music for the show, and it is wonderful. I mean, it's some of the best music I've heard, and our kids are passionate. You see over 200 of them out here every morning. I drive in, and they beat me here to work, and that's hard to do. And they're out here practicing before I get here, and so very proud of them. I believe they took 4th at the Ozark tournament that they were in there, and they're hoping to keep climbing up the rankings in the various marching festivals that they're going to. But again, if you haven't been out here to hear them play, you got to come out and hear them soon, because marching season's just about over.
Yeah.
And then just want to end with choir. I was at a concert the other night and got to hear all the different choirs, including one of our junior high choirs, and they were just absolutely phenomenal. I was just impressed, and I've been to a lot of choir concerts, been involved with a ton of choirs, and I have to say, and I'm trying not to be biased, but I probably am, this is one of the best choir concerts I've ever been to.
Oh, that's great.
Have a ton of talented kids. We had all district auditions a few weeks back, and we had 49 of our students qualify for the all district choir, and that's the most ever.
Wow.
I know, it was absolutely amazing. I believe we had 49 out of 51, and Mr. Honeycutt can correct me if I'm not correct, but I believe it was 49 out of 51.
We had several. I mean,
we had several, and I would say I think we had the most of any school.
Oh, that's great. That is
I'm
great.
just really proud of all of our student athletes, all of our students involved in activities. We just have a phenomenal group of kids.
Okay, and let's see, how's our football team been doing?
Our football team's actually been picking up steam lately. We started off with what a lot of the media consider to be the second toughest schedule in all of Missouri, only behind Webb City, and it should. we did pick that schedule. Some of it was forced on us, but we did pick some of it. And I think Coach Freehagen would agree with me that we're glad we had the experience that we had there because it has prepared us this point. Our win over Ozark 38-0, I think that is a product of having a tough schedule because they were able to play at such a high level that it was almost like they were playing against air at times. You know, and again, not to take anything away from Ozark, it was just they played so well.
Yeah, well, I mean, any chance we get to beat Ozark,
that's
it's
right.
great. But
that's
no, I know. But they're an awesome team. So
yes, they are.
I think it just showed really how much our team has just really improved over the season.
Our students have just been phenomenal. They found an identity and key players that we didn't necessarily see as key players have stepped up and just everybody's playing really well.
It's great. And speaking of going to state, our cheerleaders just got back from state.
Yeah, they had a good run at state, and it's always an honor to be able to participate there and to see all the competition there because state. If you've never seen a state cheerleading competition before, it is not anything that most people could ever imagine what it really looks like. And cheerleaders get very offended when you don't call them athletes. And if you see a state competition, you will really see why they're athletes.
We also want to thank the Nixa community for helping us can the Tigers and the canned food drive for Least of These. We brought in over 31,000 pounds of food for Least of These. So you're not only we're in a fun competition against Ozark, but we're also helping those who need it in the community. Well, Brandon, thank you so much for joining us here for another just sports and activities update. So we'll be back in November, kind of recap the fall season, kick off the winter season.
Yep.
It's coming really fast.
It is. Unfortunately, it comes very fast. It's hard to really wrap up one without starting another anymore.
Well, and hopefully all the teams have a great run, so we'll kind of overlap both seasons and see some state champions or at least some showings at state. It'd be great to see. So, well, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time for Quick News TV. Okay? Perfect. Oh, perfect.